That's okay. That just means I have to edit more. Okay, I'm going to do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Show. Eric and Gord's The Show. The podcast where real men get to be real. And, men.
I just lost all your sound. This is how the show goes, everyone.
Just like the good old days.
There we go.
Oh, good.
That is so good.
10-second delay. Fantastic. Well,
I love that.
Gord, how are you?
I'm okay, buddy. How you doing?
Well, I'm having a real good time.
Yeah, no
It's
doubt.
December 3rd, everybody. Welcome
Well,
to
this
the
is
first of
fantastic.
what will hopefully be many episodes of Eric and
Just so you
Gord's
know,
The Show.
the video of you where I can hear you is not working. It's paused.
But you can still hear me, right?
I can now, but I didn't that whole time you were just talking.
Okay, cool. Well, this is the show. Eric and Gord's The Show. And this is how it's obviously going to go. I had this all worked out last night, and then there was some difficulties, and here we are. I have 3 cameras on me right now, and I don't know where to look, so I'll just look at all of them occasionally.
Okay, look at one camera. Say 1.
1,
Look at the other camera. Say 2.
2, I think.
So the one that you just said 2, that's the one I'm hearing you from.
Right, yes.
Yes.
That's my phone.
Okay.
As long as you can hear me, that's really all I care about.
Yeah.
No one else has to.
You know, who the fuck needs to hear the co-host, right? Like, you know what I mean?
When I look, that little red recording dot
Yeah.
is right on my head, and I think it's a zit.
Oh, that's funny. I do see it.
What?
I gotta pop that. Hang on.
This is good entertainment.
This is what we needed.
So we're recording. We are live on Riverside.fm. I'm supposed to do this.
Powered by Riverside.
There we go.
That was
I might
some
add
nice
a little
music.
something. That was very nice.
I like that.
I might add a little something later, but just in case I don't, you could go to Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, and YouTube Music and download the new Ashes of Purgatory song as of yesterday.
Ooh, that is awesome.
It dropped yesterday. It's very cool. I actually did something. So there'll be many more of those to follow, and I can probably look like a cool $2 to $4 by the end of the year. Next year.
Cool. Very, very cool. I'm excited because I like what you've done with them, so I always enjoy it.
So, just to let everybody know, if you're looking for Eric and Gord, what if we're right, you're going to have to go somewhere else. This isn't it.
Yeah.
Totally different show.
Definitely a little bit different.
Starting off the same way.
Yeah. Technically, it's the same. It's just...
Technically. And I don't have an intro per se because I wasn't going to do that on this show, but I do have some math facts for you that I thought might loosen you up.
Math facts. I like math facts. That'll work.
Yeah, here you go.
I like facts in general.
So, if 666 is all evil, then 25.8069758 is the root of all evil.
Ah, well done.
You're welcome.
So all this time they've been saying it's money. No, it's not.
It's true. And according to a statistic I read, 65,454,000 957 people got married last year.
Wow.
I don't want to start anything, but I think that should be an even number.
Right. I don't. How does that work? There's got to be. I guess does the poly, whatever the people are called, the multi-wife guys. Does that count? Maybe.
That was actually 7 weddings.
Yeah, that constituted 7 right there. That's so weird.
Right. That was terrible. Get out of here, stupid jokes.
I thought it was cute.
I will continue with the stupid relationship jokes because mine ended in a tremendous fashion last week. But we're not talking about that this week.
Or maybe
2022. I've heard people say it was an unusual year, and I think that doesn't describe it very well.
I think that's a massive understatement.
Yeah, I think it's more like the 100% most thoroughly fucked up douche canoe dumpster fire of an air-conditioned nightmare I could never imagine. But
with a side of fries.
That's just me. Some of the things, just to give a rundown, because Gord and I haven't talked for most of this year for various reasons and good ones. But some of the things that happened to me, I lost about 7 jobs. One of which was I got hired by and then stole $3,000 from a Sudanese money laundering operation.
It's ironic that you get fired from taking money from a thief.
Well, I didn't get fired from that one. I changed my phone number and my name briefly. I bought and illegally operated 7 automobiles.
1 per job?
1 per job, basically. Yeah, they're all at Mario's Towing. And I can't get any of them back.
Mario's going to have a very full lot by
He's a happy guy. He likes me. What else did I do? Sudanese, stole from the Sudanese. I entered into a sexual relationship with the wife of an amateur welterweight boxer.
That's the smart idea.
Not a good idea.
Oh, fucking boxer!
Tried a vegan cookie that I liked.
Really? That's big. That's kind of interesting.
That's another episode. I look really tubby the way I'm sitting. It's not me. It's just the sweater.
Oh wow! For me, it's me.
And so that's some of the stuff we're going to be talking about throughout the evolution of the show, should it evolve. We've got some very eager guests looking forward to joining us, and namely Jeffrey Davis, who's just my hero.
Man, is awesome.
Yeah, he's really excited to get on. He wants to talk knife sharpening, of course.
Yes, I can handle that.
And maybe some old friends from the old show. I don't know what we're doing. I know this one's different. I know it's gonna maybe have a bit more of a serious tone, but I'm not really capable of that. So
I don't think either of us are capable of that for very long stretches. That's for sure.
No, definitely not. But one thing is, I want people to know this is a forum for anybody to come on and talk about something that's bugging them, something they can't talk about. You can always talk to me and Gord, and that includes everybody of all genders. I know I may have had some things to say on the past show, but that doesn't matter. My personal feelings have nothing to do with your right to get out and talk to somebody and get some shit off your chest. Everyone should be able to do that, or else you become like high school shooters, and we don't want that.
No, that's definitely not what we want. Talk about it. It's okay.
Also, something Gord doesn't know about that I'll bring up later. Some things I did want to carry over from the last show. I've reconstructed my stance on the easiest thing in the world and actually made it easier. So,
ooh. easier.
It's helped me a lot. I took on a whole philosophy in regards to what happened to you, which we'll get to right away, and what happened to me. And I learned an interesting fact. Do you know what the second most toxic substance to human beings is? The second most toxic thing we can ingest next to nitrogen?
Nestle water.
Oxygen.
Oh.
Oxygen is the second most deadly substance that a human can inhale.
There are cities where that is very true.
Isn't that the most ridiculous fact you could think of? Oxygen is the one thing we all need to live is the second most deadly thing we can ingest.
Well, you know what, though? It makes perfect sense, because look at how many illnesses are airborne. You've got, things like, like Agent Orange and, mace and all that other shit. Anything that's airborne that can be brought into the city. So it makes sense. Yeah. It actually makes perfect sense. So
if we inhale too much oxygen, we will die.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Yeah. And it made me realize, and it made me really put 2022 into perspective, you cannot make life make sense.
No.
You can't. It doesn't.
There's always a curveball.
It's a weird, stupid world, and we don't get it, and maybe we're not supposed to get it. And I think I'm okay with that. But I did break down the easiest thing in the world into 3 core values that have paid off in spades for me this year.
Okay.
And it's very, very simple. I realized why the easiest thing in the world doesn't work. Because it still insists on you doing something, being better or whatever. And really you don't have to. But there's 3 things that I think we should all do from now on. And I try to do it. And it seems to be helping. So this is it. It's real simple. Forget the old easiest thing in the world. And just do these 3 things until we can make life make sense. Listen more than you speak. Give more than you take. Help more than you hurt. That's it.
That is the easiest thing in the world.
It really is. And it doesn't involve you being nice, particularly to anybody, which I think we all had issues with.
It's not always easy to be nice. But it is all about balance, though. And that's what's true. Most important. Everything's about balance.
But it is easy to listen.
If you're always nice, you're going to get walked all over. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, it happened to me last night.
Oh.
And now I have no van. So, I haven't told anybody why we get this great reunion. I figured I would leave that to you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, I didn't want to announce it on your behalf. So I'm going to do a transition noise here and send it over to Gord to tell you all why we're here. Oh, let's do this one.
Oh.
That's cool.
I almost felt like I was in the studio there.
I don't have my old sound effects loaded up yet. I could try to get to them while as the show goes on.
Maybe I like that. Oh man. So yeah. So as of June 30th of this year, I was officially diagnosed with prostate cancer. This is the same disease that killed my father and his father. So I've been expecting this in the sense of expecting the diagnosis. I've been getting tested since I've been in my mid-30s. I was told at the time that I shouldn't even bother getting tested till I hit 50. Well, I'm 48 and I now have it, so I'm very glad that I have been doing it. It's the only reason I've had it caught early, and it's the only reason why I am going to actually beat this thing. I'm getting surgery It's the entire removal of the prostate and the lymph nodes and something else. Basically, the whole fucking kit and caboodle is coming out. But the really neat thing is I'm getting this done via a robot. It's a machine called the Genesis, and it is pretty much the best of the best of the best, run by one of the best of the best of the best of doctors. Dr. Shagan is his name. So phenomenal. I'm
Dr. Shagan?
Dr. Shagan. Super nice guy. Dr. Shagan. I can't even say it normally. It has to I just Shagan. It just has to come out that way. I don't know why. But it's cool because knowing that I'm a leading candidate for the best possible surgery with this is amazing. So I'm really excited about that. But with this, and this is one of the sort of the reasons for the show, it wasn't just sort of put that announcement on, hey, look, Gord's got cancer. What I've noticed, the outcome with this is that I've always been an open book. I can talk about anything at length. It doesn't matter the topic. I love talking about me because I'm arrogant like that. But what I found with this is that since having this diagnosis, I've actually shut down. I've stopped opening up to people. I only answer direct questions. I don't offer anything. I've basically cut my fiance out in the sense of when I'm going through things, instead of me talking about it with her, I just don't really say anything, and then like I end up blowing up in anger later. So as a guy who's always been an open book, always been willing to talk about anything and everything, to all of a sudden have this sitting on top of me and not know what to do with it. I don't know how to talk about it, really. I literally have no idea how I actually feel, except for saying it sucks. I don't know what else to really say about it, but I'm learning, which is cool. I am part of a prostate cancer survivors support group. I'm the only person in the group that hasn't done the surgery yet. I am also the youngest.
Every time you tell me that, I picture Ed Norton in Fight Club. He's going around all the support groups.
It's weird. Like, I've never been part of one, and it's really cool. Now, I can't divulge anything that happens there, who's there. It is confidential, so I'm not going to divulge any of that. But it's been really
I'll let
amazing.
you in a secret, guys. It's people with cancer.
Yeah, it's just and the same type. But it's been really good. It's been helpful. I've only ever been to a couple of meetings because for the way things have worked out. But it's been really cool, and it's a great experience. And will definitely, one of the things I would like to be a part of for the rest of my life is just to be able to know that I can, if there's anything in my experience can do to help somebody else is really cool, and I'd be happy to share and be a part of that.
And I was really excited to be a part of that as well. That's why I wanted to do a more polished, maybe better show. Hopefully people will take me a little more seriously. I'm not going to be serious, but
it's the funny thing with what we do. We both have sort of the same idea of what we want to do and sort of get out of this show, but we also both know that being serious for any length of time is not in our fucking forte. So
it's not. But one thing I should say real quick, and I'll say this a few times throughout the show, but if you want to contact us via email, or you can contact us through our new website. Our new website's gotten more hits than our old ones, and it's not even constructed yet. I don't know why that might be. But if you have any idea, you could go to our brand new Eric and Gord website, ScarlettJohanssonNaked.pics.
Now, I laugh about that. It's funny, Eric. I mean, marketing is genius. What's backhanded funny about that, using that specific particular verbiage for the name of the show is that Scarlett Johansson has been the one woman who's been most against the sexuality of her and the exploitation of her sexuality and everything else. She's been most against it. So the fact that this is what this is it's a slap in the face to her, but it's it's a homage.
It's a light pat on the tush.
Nice, yes, yeah. So, Scarlett, I know the lawsuit's coming.
If it makes you feel any better, you can still use Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina as well. Nothing but class here.
Again, only serious to an extent.
So you're a week away from surgery.
So I just found out on Wednesday or Thursday. Wednesday, I think I found out that I'm officially getting the surgery. So, biggest thing that I've learned so far and been told about with dealing with, I mean, cancer in general, but prostate cancer more specifically because it's the only cancer I got. It's that patience. What's the verbiage? You need to have patience because you are now a patient.
Guns N' Roses patience, though, not Chris Cornell patience.
No, exactly. There's a big difference. I've always been a very patient person, but holy shit, does this test that hardcore? It's insane. When I was told, so the whole process is fucked. They have a thing. I can't remember the name of it.
Just for reference sake, I've lost almost every single member of my family to cancer. I also had a brief scare in my 20s, so I'm not totally unfamiliar with this. Now, I can't really speak to what you're feeling, but I know some of the things you're about to talk about.
Yeah, it's, I mean, prostate cancer is one of the leading things that kills men. The interesting thing is Canada specifically has the highest prostate cancer on the planet.
That's because we all have huge balls.
I think that might just be what it is. Our balls are too hangy, and that causes cancer in the asshole, apparently.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Makes perfect sense. But the patience on this has been really weird because, so you have this thing, which again, I wish I had the term for it. I don't, so I can't even think about how to look it up right now. But there's a scale in which you when you have prostate cancer that they give you like a ratio number that tells you sort of what level of cancer you have and
It's
what
like your credit rating.
It's like your credit rating, but for prostate cancer. But the difference is the higher the number, the worse it is. Unlike your credit score, you want it to be high. This one you want it to be low. So it's like credit score and golf together, which again makes sense for cancer for men. That's actually very funny. So when I got my initial test results and the first sort of group of doctors I was talking to, they were like, "Okay, you need surgery now. We're going to have you in having this surgery within a month to a month and a half." And this is all in June. And I was told this. And so it was intense. It was fast paced. And then I ended up waiting about a month and a half just to meet the surgeon, which was hell, absolute hell.
Yeah.
Because, again, you just don't know. I've by one group of doctors, and it wasn't just like one doctor. I saw like three. So I had to see like the urologist I was talking to. I had to see a surgeon, and then another doctor. So I've just been seeing, been poked and prodded by a lot of people and lots of blood taken, which is whatever. Take it all, it's fine. But it was just really messed up having to sit there and wait and just not knowing the whole time. The only thing really going through your head is I've got this fucking cancer growing in me, and nobody seems to be doing anything about it.
With lung cancer at the exact same time as Gord,
yeah,
within days of each other.
That's
So,
fucked.
I know, and what that waiting period, I've sort of gone through it with her, and she
It's
didn't
crazy.
wasn't particularly sympathetic to Gord's situation, and I kind of get why now because she's got terminal lung cancer, and she's just like, whatever, my cancer's better than his.
Yeah, and well, you know,
She's not wrong.
no, she's not.
She went through now. Luckily, you haven't had to, and hopefully don't. She did 31 days of radiation in a row,
Oh, fuck.
and it did nothing.
See that, and that's the thing. So with mine, so I get to what basically it came down to a choice: is I could do radiation or I could do the robot. Now, if you kind of, but nowhere nearly as good as it should be done.
That's gonna be so dope if the robot does that.
Does
while
it
he
dance?
your surgery?
Just hopefully not while it's inside me. That'd be messy. Yeah, so it's weird. So it comes down to a choice initially. Like you can get the robot, the surgery done, or you can do the radiation. Now the radiation, they can do very specific hits, so you're not just blasting an entire massive range, like your whole, lower half. They can actually execute to very fine points, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But now, if you do the surgery, and once it comes out, or if in the future you get cancer comes back, you can get the radiation done, no big deal. But if you get the radiation done first, and then the cancer, and if the cancer comes back, you can't get the surgery anymore.
Oh, wow.
So you only deal with radiation because of the scar tissue involved from the radiation.
And I don't think we're at the point of using radiation where we should be, because nobody ever gets cool side effects from it. There's no Marvel hero side effects from radiation.
And that's sad. At this stage in our advancement in civilization, we should be at that point now.
Right?
Like if they're gonna blast my prostate area with some radiation, I should get a super dick. Like it
should be like a goddamn lightsaber.
It should be. And it should come with its own cape and everything. I think it'd be great.
Right?
My balls get booties. It'd be amazing.
Nobody ever gets cool side effects from anything. Like
No, they're never fun.
You live near a toxic area, you don't get superpowers or become like a cool mutant.
No, you just cancer.
Usually.
It's just so fucking funny. I don't live near one, and I still got it.
If I'm going for any kind of radiation, I want to come out as a Ninja Turtle.
At the very
That's
least.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm not agreeing until they can promise that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you, not with them.
Yeah. So that's good that you made that choice.
So the bonus with the surgery, I mean, like they both have the same sort of results, but the difference is with doing the surgery first, because you remove the prostate and the glands and everything all at once, it puts you in a much higher survival rate. Like, I mean, for me, if you catch it within 1 year, it's a 99 point something percent, 100 like survival, and not just like survivals and you get it and you just get a couple treatments out. No, like, I mean, you're done and you walk away and you're done.
How crazy is that? And it's still like one of the number one killers of men.
Yeah. And this is one of the things.
Talk about this shit.
And it's because we don't talk about it. And now, guys, you need to know, you don't need to have a doctor shove a finger up your ass to get this tested. You can get what's called a PSA test done. Most people, it costs money. If it is part of your family history, then you don't. Like for me, it's covered because my father and grandfather. So it's basically hereditary. But yeah, I mean, so what? So you pay fucking $50 a year to, make sure you don't fucking die a horrible, and it's a shitty death, man. You waste away. It's shitty. I've seen it twice. I don't want anybody to ever have to see that from somebody. It sucks. And knowing that it's just a simple fucking blood test away just to get tested, fucking get tested. Every single guy, in my opinion, from the age of fucking 35 should be getting tested.
Yeah.
And just do it every year.
I haven't. I got tested once.
Yeah.
That was the rape.
Yeah. So
and I haven't done it since.
But I just every year I mean, obviously, even though I've been doing this every year since I was about 35-ish, I have to keep getting this done every year because once you get cancer in any form, it can always come back in a different form later.
And
The cells are in you,
guys,
cells are active.
Just between us, the rape isn't that bad. I've had it done a couple of times for different reasons.
They tend to crack a couple of jokes ahead of time, so it kind of helps.
They do, and they're cool about it. And it's a quick thing. It's not like...
Yeah, no. They're not in there for long.
They don't hold you by the throat and make you look them in the eye and shit.
No, it's not. No. Although they would, I think that'd be slightly easier to handle because at least be like, now I know what it is. Yeah.
Look me in the eye.
Tell me you love me. No, I don't want to do that.
But no, it's really not that bad. I've had it done twice for two different reasons. But you don't have to do that. But even if you did, Gord's right. It's better than death.
Yeah.
The older I get and the more my mortality gets tested by very things, I can't drill in enough how much I don't want to die. Like, I'm counting on Elon to put my brain in a robot before this happens. I don't want it to ever happen. It seems tremendously boring, no matter what the outcome is, whether Christians are right or whatever the afterlife happens to be. I want no part of it.
Because if you go to heaven, you can't fuck with people, and if you go to hell, you can't be happy. So
I'm still not convinced, in a weird Virginia Woolf sort of way, that I didn't die in like 98 and this is my hell.
It explains things, though, wouldn't it?
It really would. But if I'm wrong, I don't want to die.
Because if hell is worse, then I'm fucking not. No.
Yeah, right?
I'm eternal. Fuck that shit.
No. I don't. Even if heaven's better, I really don't want to go there. It seems boring.
It does.
It seems like a cruise ship to me, where like everyone's just happy and in pajamas and bugging me.
I don't like to wear white. That's a problem for me. I don't want to wear white.
Probably. I
don't like being barefoot either. My heaven doesn't involve me wearing white and being barefoot all the time. That's just.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I've got the best comfortable socks. That'd be happy. Trackman.
It just made me think of one of the things we talked about on our show, and I don't remember on our old show that I wanted to bring up, but I'll do that another time. So, yes, dying's bad. I don't want to do it.
No.
So we should talk about this shit, and we could get our prostate checked.
Yeah.
What's the recovery time on the surgery?
So, no, this is, ironically enough, so this is the part of it that's most difficult as a guy to discuss publicly. So recovery time is between 2 to 3 months. Recovery, you're basically like healing wise, like you can move around and you're fine within a couple of days sort of thing. You have a catheter in that lasts for almost 2 weeks. So you're not really doing a whole lot for the first 2 weeks because that sucks having a tube up your dick. So I'm not going to enjoy that at all.
You just froze up on me.
Oh, did I?
Oh, you're back.
There we go. Okay. So the catheter sucks. The thing is that just after that, I can't lift anything past 10 pounds, and I got to sort of restrict my movements because, they're removed a whole chunk of your insides that your body has to readjust to. Yeah. The downfall, obviously the big downfall is when you've had, when you get the surgery done, having the whole prostate removed. One of the biggest things is you become incontinent. So yeah. I will be wearing like pull-ups, like male diapers and fucking male versions of panty liners. Who knows for how long? Statistics say it could be anywhere from 2 weeks to fucking 5 years.
And let's be honest, I'm not far off from that now. So
well, again, I was hoping for retirement first before I had to start dealing with this sort of thing.
I think we all were, but the
Yeah.
truth hurts. Like I can't hold it.
No.
I I've pulled my car over just to pee in the road.
Yeah.
Several times this year, just because now that just happens. So
Yeah. For the record, that's one of the signs.
Like an indicator.
Yep, that is actually one of the indicator signs. One of the early indicators.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
Go get tested.
Just so if you happen to know and to enlighten people, what are some of these signs other than intense?
Peeing is definitely. Well, I mean the need to piss is definitely the biggest indicator. You will being tired. It kind of hits your system a little bit, so you become a little more tired than you normally would be. Loss of energy.
I'm yawning.
Like that would be yawning. Now the weird thing for me for all this, the peeing was the only thing I could recognize because I functioned during the week on between 3 and 4 hours of sleep a day, relying on my weekends to get any bit of actual normal sleep in. So I'm constantly always in a past state of being tired as it is. So I never noticed
3 to
that.
4 hours a week. So
Yeah. So
I don't know how I feel anymore.
Well, yeah, it's just that the less sleep you have, the less feelings you get.
Yeah. Oh, I know it.
Patience goes to zero, and so does your tolerance for fucking stupidity.
It does, and I've tried to do this without you and just scream for an hour at a recording device. Not the same.
See, it's the banter that makes it work. Neither one of us could do this on our own. We need each other for this.
I did try. I put together a bunch of clips of you.
Oh, did you really just have something to play back on? See, that's genius.
They were all really good ones too. I don't know if I can pull some of them up. I'll try while we're talking.
Oh, Eric, you're so funny. Oh, Eric, that's amazing.
Tiredness. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So yeah, for the most part, tiredness, the need to pee, slight loss of energy. The other thing is now because this does attack your system, it affects your immune system as well. So if you also find that you're getting sick a little bit more often, it's one of those things that could be as like a little bit of a sign. For the longest time, I only got sick about once every 7 years. It was like clockwork. And as I got older, I mean, even then, it still didn't really affect me all that much. But then just sort of as I got older, just, I'd get sick instead of once every 7 years. It was coming up as once every sort of 5 years and then 3 years. And then it's been sort of steady as like one a year. I get sort of like one minor sickness a year. And then, but then like this year, it was like 4 times I've gotten sick. It's like all minor, nothing major, but just, it's a lot for me because I'm not used to that sort of thing. Yeah. Or maybe not in the last, but in the last year probably. So yeah, it's been weird, but
it's good that you recognized it though, because I honestly wouldn't probably. I'd just be like, God, I'm sick a lot. I should quit eating pizza or something. Yeah,
no, I never recognized it all until after the fact. It was the peeing. The peeing was the only thing because I know between because like every month or every year I got my PSA test done every single year. I didn't get it done in 2021 just because I was still like in the thick of COVID and all that shit, so I just didn't bother. Right. Because it was just, it was a pain in the ass anyways to get it all dealt with anyway, so I just fuck it, whatever. Now, ironically, that means that if I got it tested, I actually would have caught it a whole year earlier. Oh, really? And right now, I'd be on the other side of all this already, ironically enough. But
a bitter pill to swallow.
It is a little bit, it's kind of a pain in the ass on that. But, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
No, one of the big things I do know with this is that weight and health plays a massive, massive role in this.
So it's good to be overweight?
No, quite the opposite. You want to be in the better shape you can. Cleaner system. You do. One of the things is just to help avoid prostate cancer specifically, but a lot of cancers in general is having that healthy diet and exercise. Exercise, I got that shit covered because my job is really physically demanding, and I don't stop moving till I pretty much almost go to bed. But eating better is not all that easy. It's just difficult to always eat healthy when you've got, two people in the house that are both sort of working and both working off hours sort of thing. It sort of changes the dynamic. Add the fact that I still got my business I'm trying to run on the side of sharpenings while still taking care of, a 13-year-old stepson.
For the uninitiated, that's knife sharpenings in the Niagara region now?
In the Niagara region. Well done. Yes, absolutely. Niagara and Halton.
Anybody who needs some of that action,
yeah.
Where to go.
Yeah, hit me up.
I think I have a commercial somewhere.
I think you have a couple.
That I could upload here, but I'm not good at that yet.
But yeah, so yeah, it's been so hardest part about having prostate cancer, and I'll guarantee you, because guys are, we're all about ego, like, let's face it, that's what keeps us going and keeps us being sort of who we are. It's all about ego with us, which is, whatever, it's fine. But that also can come with a slap of pride, and that's sort of where prostate cancer gets difficult for most guys to handle, because the process of having a dude shove his finger up your ass can be really, lack of a better term, shitty. The real issue, this is the biggest struggle that I'm dealing with hands down with all this, is that, your dick doesn't work for a while. Yeah. Like, for the most part, I might never get the opportunity to have a hard-on again. And that's really tough as a guy that's a hard pill to swallow. That's really hard. It's difficult, like, you want to survive, you want to be there for your friends, your family, your and everybody. You want to be alive. You don't just want to die. Yeah. But knowing that, as a guy, your working dick is a symbolism of your manhood. Like, if you're going to have sex with a chick and you don't get a hard on, no, there's a hard chance that chick's gonna fucking mock you for it, and you're gonna be seen as a lesser man. So not being able to perform, it's hard. Huh. Yeah. Oh, hey. Well, and that's for me, and for all guys, really, I know that's a massive, massive struggle. Like, how do you appropriate? How does one come to terms with that, though? You know what I mean? Like, it's a tough thing. Like my wife is incredible, and she's extremely supportive, and she's been amazing throughout this, with all this, but there's always going to be a part of me that's always going to be like, she's never going to be, I'll never be able to fully satisfy her.
But there's ways you can, right?
Like there's
apparatuses.
There's like a form of like a splint thing that you can use. You can sort of have options, but like, for me, like, that's, again, it's a mental struggle. If I gotta hook my dick up into something in order to do it, then, it's still not me doing any of this. You know what I mean? Like, it's still not me on its own.
But it does open the door to have, like, a magnificent Hulk cock.
Well, I would love that. That would be great.
You get to enjoy it yourself, but you can enjoy other people enjoying it.
Yes. And this, for me, I guess this is the one thing that sort of helps sort of come to terms with it, is as a lover, I'm always focused on her pleasure. That's how I am as a lover. I'm a guy. A strong breeze and a fucking bit of rain gets me fucking hard. So what's the big deal? But, so this takes all that focus of my pleasure and really puts the focus more on her pleasure, which will be phenomenal for her.
48% of women are now begging their husbands
to get prostate cancer, right? I think that's a gross understatement of numbers. But yeah, I know that speaking as a guy that's in the throes of going through this, like literally I've got my surgeries on Thursday. It is Saturday. I'm 5 days away basically from not being able to masturbate, not being able to have sex, any of that. That's gone. That ability to do that will be gone, for however long.
Well, luckily, I know personally, I can go 50-50 on that because I've had my share. I've had a few guys share it in my life. I don't completely hate the idea of not thinking about that anymore. Maybe I can hold down a job. Maybe I can finish an album.
You're right. There is an advantage to it. Without sex being a focus.
Guided by reason and logic for a change.
Yeah. No, and here's an interesting thing, and this is something that my wife and I have discussed. We're talking about. One thing that I know that she is sort of, and as my future wife, as my partner in life, and and I understand this thing is that, and I know that she would be or is sort of worried that because the prospect of sex might be out the window, does that mean that I won't be romantic anymore? Because face it, guys do romance for the sexual payout.
For sex, yeah. Makes sense. I just
so.
lost you.
Oh shit. Can you still hear me though?
I don't know what happened there. We just lost Gord.
Oh shit. I'm showing everything solid here.
That's weird.
Your laptop froze.
I don't know why this has happened. So, I have no idea what just happened. Gord, can you hear me at all?
Yeah.
What an odd thing. My camera over here has just dropped off. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I obviously Gord can't. Oh, Gord can hear me. There you go.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know that I'm recording over here. In fact, I know that I'm not, I think. Oh, no, I am recording over here, actually. That means not. There I am. So I guess I could just keep going with this, but I can't hear you on this.
Oh, that sucks. How about now?
Oh.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Never mind. It's because I turned the volume down because there was two.
Oh. Can you hear me? Does that work?
I'm a good producer, everybody.
Leading in the industry.
So, what we're going to do here is try to figure out how to turn the fucking volume up on my phone and get back to business.
So you can hear me now?
No, it's up and I still can't hear shit.
Oh, fuck.
Captions appear when speeches. Oh, good. I turned on fucking closed captioning for the.
I got the GBB.
Still can't hear you. We're still recording. That's good. Everything's going good. I just can't figure out my fucking phone. It's fun. It's good times.
It wouldn't be our podcast if we weren't going through
I
this.
may legitimately edit some of this out.
Actually, hit the edit floor.
Because I really didn't want to end on that note.
No.
So, while I try to figure this out, I'm going to do this for Gord's sake, and then I'm going to try to get this worked out. Stay tuned for a sec, everybody.
Hey everybody, listen up for a second. A dull knife is an accident waiting to happen. Whether using a chef's knife or a paring knife, a sharp blade is a safe blade. When it comes to getting that perfect edge and increasing the safety and lifespan of all your tools, practice makes perfect. So don't take chances. Take them to the professional. Take them to Gord's Little Shop of Sharpening in Milton. Gord Strain has an encyclopedic knowledge of blades and proper maintenance. Your blades of almost any shape and size are expertly edged at better than competitors' prices and returned to you in just a day or two. True craftsmanship, exceptional skill, and attention to detail make Gord the trusted expert for all your sharpening needs. A sharp knife works better, it's safer, and it lasts up to 50% longer. So don't take any chances. Take them to Gord. Gord's Little Shop of Sharpening in Milton. You can find him on Facebook.
But he still does Milton. So
Can you hear me? Can you
I-
hear me?
I still can't hear you.
Still
I don't
can't
know
hear me?
what the hell to do.
What if I were to leave and re-enter? You just can't hear me. That was a stupid fucking say. I can't hear you at all now.